Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and today is an episode number 31. Today we will talk about the signs before becoming into the union with your twin flame. What are the signs? How do you know that you will become to the union with your twin flame? What does the union mean and what it takes to get there? Is it enough of just staying in a distance and hoping for the universe to do all the work? Do you believe it will happen? And how to get there faster, or is it there a faster way? We will talk about the fact that why the universe chose you for this crazy journey where there are no answers really, but all of is just a big fight in between your mind and soul, where your soul tries to communicate with you and your mind simply tries to convince you that this is not real, this is absolutely crazy what you're experiencing currently. So welcome to this new podcast episode. Those who are new here, welcome, and I hope you will find a good insights in this journey and you will get some more information. Those who are my followers already before and my subscribers and my dear listeners, thank you so much for coming back. I have to apologize that on Wednesday we missed an episode, and there are two reasons for it. One reason is a good reason. One reason is that my website is finally ready and you can book your consultation call there now easily, get some more information and just stay in touch instead of writing back and forth. All the consultation calls are in your time zone, so pick the one that works for you. Like I said, the first call is available over there, so when you sign up you will receive the code and you can use this. For those who already signed up for it previously, you will receive another coupon as well. And then another reason was that apparently I managed to get some water into my ear and it's not going away. So if somebody has some good ideas, remedies or stories, share with me how to get the water out of my ear. It's simply not going, and it's been I think 10 days now, and on Wednesday I was unable to hear properly. So if you have any kind of tips and tricks what to do, I would take this into my journey into this. I know that my twin flame apparently has right now a very bad toothache, most probably I think root canal problem, so that can affect my ear as well. So I think we have to, take this one step at a time. So today we'll talk about the reunion or the union overall and what it means for you as the one who is on a twin flame journey. Right before I'm going to dive into this, I have something on my heart that I really want to share with you, and there is a reason for that. One reason is we'll talk about and it's just because I just launched the website and I'm offering services over there and I'm connecting with you and I'm sharing. My main goal always have been that I want you to become your higher self and know your truth. So my podcast is built for the fact that my truth is not your truth, or it can resonate with you and it can be everything, but your truth is your truth. And I've seen with certain of twin flame, and I'm not here to say that somebody's doing bad or somebody's doing anything. Like, I do believe that they have good intentions. But I just read, there was a very interesting podcast, and it was an interesting podcast. They had done certain things which was interesting, and I just looked up what it is, and a lot of people were commenting, oh, they are the cult, they are, getting you into this, and they make you to believe that and this, and a lot of people were writing about it. And again, I don't have any proof, or I don't know, but what I'm trying to tell you that twin flames bring you closer to your truth, to your soul, to know what is right or wrong, to know what matters to your soul. It's not me, it's not anybody else who's going to help you to get there. We are the guides for you. If you, for example, are having a call with me, I guide you towards what you have to do, the next steps to get closer. But I cannot promise you that your twin flame is definitely coming back if you do this, and if you don't do that, it will not happen. You will learn your own truth. The closer you go to your intuition, the closer you go to yourself, you will discover who you are, what is your soul purpose, and what you're supposed to do in this world, with or without your twin flame. And this is something I really, I really stand for. And I don't want to use the word honesty here. Honesty is also perspective. Someone's truth is not my truth, and so on. It's nothing to do with the honesty. It's of understanding that there is no right or wrong in this journey. Unless you don't hurt anybody, you don't do certain things to get better or to get closer, you don't do bad things in this world. If you listen to your soul, if you know what your soul is supposed to do, and if you know that it takes the growth to get there, you're halfway there. All of my consultation calls, all of the things where we're channeling, where we're getting the answers for the questions, is because we're trying to help you to become your higher self. If you don't do the job, if you don't do the exercises I'm asking, if you do not meditate, if you don't go on a breath work, if you don't take time for yourself, it's very unlikely to happen. And I think these things are important to know, that nobody, no course, no twin flame guru or coach or anybody will help you to get there if you don't take seriously what you have to do when you get the guidance. And another very important thing is, for example, if you feel this is not, like you feel from your soul, not from your mind, not from your lazy mind who would say, no, stay in bed, do nothing, don't go there, it's not important, it will never happen, why do you need to do this, all of that. Don't listen to that. If your soul says, this is something is off here, I don't really feel it's 100% what I'm supposed to do, or it aligns with my soul values, then don't do it. It's not, it's not a cult, or it's not religious, to control you. It's actually to liberate you. It's actually to become your higher self, where you trust your intuition, where you trust who you are, where you know that, wow, this energy I have, I can manifest everything. So just as I know many of you are watching, let's say the same way, tarot readers, and again, I don't have anything against tarot readers. I do believe that tarot has a power as well. It's nothing to do with this. It's just for the fact that I really, really want you to become your higher self. Understand that you are never actually separated, and start going towards your goal. Let your love to shine, pretty much. So I'm like a mom here giving a lecture, but it's just something I felt another day when I read these comments. I was like, I don't want that twin flame comes as some kind of a cult or a concept, that there is one way and no other way, and then this is the only way of doing. I've worked with many souls, and I can see that not all the methods are the same. Like with certain souls, there are different journeys and there are different things, and they are off to a different path, journey. So it's, you don't go wrong here if you trust your soul. So welcome. Let's talk about then the signs. What are the signs that you know that you're coming closer to their union, like union with your twin flame? And I've spoken about also the union, what is not with your twin flame, but you are in a union. And why I'm saying this is the first sign. The first sign you're coming closer to your union, or you are in a union, is that moment you realize that you are actually in the union already. And now you'll be like, what that's supposed to mean? You come closer to your twin flame the moment you realize you have never been separated actually. Yes, you were physically separated because you didn't understand the language of energy and language of manifestation and universe. So you were thinking only way of being together is in a physical form because that's how you met. You met in a physical form. Yes, some of us met on online and so on, but you still had a physical interaction in that terms that you spoke to each other, you had calls and all of that. So but the moment, if you're thinking how you're going to be, because I know for myself, the moment I've really realized we've never been separated. My soul met now my soul in a physical world, saw it. It triggered me to understand who is my soul and what my soul is supposed to do. My soul told me everything about me, what I am, who I'm supposed to be, and what are my strengths and what I can do in this world. I'm doing today things that I'd never thought of doing a year ago even. The same is with this podcast. I had so many limiting beliefs of starting the podcast, for example, of thinking, like my number one was, I'm not fluent English speaker. I have an accent. I don't know if people will understand what I'm exactly saying. Do they like to listen what I have to say? Like I was suppressing that, and my twin flame told me, I've spoken about this before, where he told me that you have the most amazing voice. Why you're not doing anything with your voice? Or the fact that now when I need to say my truth, like even if it's about the soul world, because I know that I had a conversation another day, which was about overall sexuality, sexual energy, and we had some men, my friends, they were boys, were men, and we were just talking about it. And those who haven't awakened yet and those don't understand the sexual energy, it's difficult for them. And I just looked at them, and it was a funny situation. Like boys are, like men, especially if men are listening, men like to talk about, they are quite open about girls, especially when they're bachelors, this girl and that girl, and I like this, and, in a way. And I told them, I looked at them, I said, the moment you understand sexual energy, you never want physical sex. And now, here is the difference. What I mean under this is that it's not that you're physically not having sex. It's just that there is before is the energy in your body, everything, so that it combines with this physical element. And on that moment you travel, you have another experience in this world. And when these guys my friends were looking at me, I could have never said that a year ago. But now I know, I'm like, it's nothing to do with physical. You're really surface level. The moment you understand the energy, the sexual energy is so powerful that it will take you to another level. And what happened in that moment? Everybody became silent because all of a sudden they realized, like it wasn't, even though they were words, there was this energy that came with this that made them to realize she knows what she's talking about. There must be something else. So these are just the simple examples of how do I say, when I realized, and when you come to, like, your twin is coming to your life to teach you and mirror you who you are, your full potential, to say certain things. I have so many examples, but these were just the small examples. I'm trying to tell you that before coming to the union, because then you realize I am in the union because I'm my soul now. I'm not holding myself back. I'm not doing things what I really like to do. So if you're wondering, are you coming closer to your union? That will start to happen to you, that you will start doing certain things that before you could have never even imagined doing it. But now you feel like you need to do it, and you also realize of understanding, I am in a union. Like it's a weird feeling, like you're like, no, I don't need my twin flame next to me. That moment you realize, I don't need my twin flame next to me, you're one step closer to the union. And really, it's this real shift where you really realize, and that's why I've spoken a lot about telepathic communication, how to get in touch with your twin flame, like instantly, with your energy. So, because if you do not change your energy, if you do not let go of these old patterns, this fear, the fear inside of you that controls you to be your soul self, you will never change. It will never happen. You will stay over there all over again and you will have the same experiences. That's why you meet your twin flame. You meet your twin flame. Your twin flame comes to your life, literally will tell you, I love you, like within I don't know how short time, because your soul wants you to tell, I love myself, I love my soul. Your twin flame will tell you, you are this, you are that, you have this is your weakness, this is your strength, this is your beauty, this is your flaw, this is your this, and you sit there and you will not like that, because all of a sudden you hear the truth. You hear the truth about yourself, your soul self, not about your physical way of looking. You see something inside of you that you know existed there all the time, but you have all of these years, you've held it back to be yourself or say your truth. Your throat chakra is blocked, your heart chakra is blocked, your sacral chakra is blocked, your root chakra is blocked. And then all of a sudden you have this love coming inside of you and you don't understand what is happening. But the moment you realize we are not in separation, we're actually in union. I am in a union with my soul. I am aligned with my soul. I am in this moment. You're getting closer of meeting your twin flame again. For the fact, and I also say you here, there are tests before that. Universe is really smart. It is extremely smart. We can't, overplay that. So which means that the moment we think about it, I know now how to, for example, like I'm now in a union, I'm going to be in a union, I am feeling union, I'm doing union. And then universe sends your twin flame to your journey. They will text you or message you or they say to you something. And then you're immediately back to the same point. And you're just like, wow, you're not in a union when you don't understand the changing your energy. How to change the energy, you would ask me. Number one, become totally honest with yourself. Not the most pleasant experience, but just become honest with yourself. Literally tell yourself all of the things that have held you back. I don't know, limiting beliefs about money, limiting beliefs of becoming better in career, limiting beliefs of belonging somewhere where you think you were supposed to, but you were holding yourself back. Anything that you've been holding yourself back, just talk to this. The next thing is, if you can, and if you have a possibility, I've spoken this so many times, and all of my followers and listeners have also said that, breath work. Breath work and meditation are the ones that are going to change your life, because you are now taking time to go within. Nothing is outside, it's all inside. If we seek answers outside, we don't get them. We get answers only inside. We have to go within. We have to stay in the calm present. If you're wondering why all of your life fell apart, why you lost the friends, why you lost your job, or why did you move away, or something happened that like deconstructed all of your life, it's because it's no longer part of your energy. So your life is changing, you are changing, but if you stay in the same place, if you are the same person, if you do the same things, how? Just simply tell me how your energy can change. So if you are seeking to go towards your union, if you are looking to be with your twin flame, then you have to have this moment of feeling that I am in a union. And how can you test if you are in a union? Very simple thing is that when you do what you're supposed to do. You know, I don't know how many of you have been in a situation where you feel like, wow, I'm here right now, I'm doing this is like a dream come true. How did that happen? And that's the moment you realize you're doing what you're supposed to do. So another thing is that what will bring you closer to your union, or like you starting to go there, is that you started to feel that you need to go to certain places, either for a retreat, either for some new destination, or you keep on getting that, I need to go there. I need to go there. Why I need to go there, I don't have an answer, but I have to go there. I've spoken about this in my previous episodes. For me was this island I'm living in here. I had never been here before. Didn't know much about it except the fact that I had seen certain things. I literally knew nothing about it. And I packed one day my bags and I moved on this island. And the moment I arrived, and I'm not kidding here, the moment I arrived, I looked up in the sky and there was a shooting star. And my husband asked me, looked up and said, "What did you see?" And I looked at him, I said, "I have arrived home." And he was like, "Okay." A shooting star for the fact I haven't seen since I've been in this island. And I'm out quite often in the evenings. As you can see that I go on the moon dances, all of that, haven't seen one since. It was right when I arrived here. And when I met my twin flame saw the shooting star. We were both in the same car, driving. I did not see when there was a shooting star. And he told me, "Did you see the shooting star?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And then right before our separation, I saw a shooting star. And I looked at him and I said, "Did you see it?" And he said, "No, I didn't." And then I arrived here and I had a shooting star. And then everything just started to make sense to me. So when you have to go somewhere, where is your soul home? You will feel it. I had another client of mine who had this Peru thing and said she has to go to Peru. She has to go to Peru. There is something over there. And she was right about it. She met her twin flame in Peru. Although she knew about twin flames in prior, but she met her twin flame over there. So you will start feeling this very strange, like that no longer nothing makes sense to you where you are. Even though I loved where I lived, I had everything, and sometimes I still miss, like my old self is still missing. I've been struggling with this. Sometimes I'm like, oh, we had this and that and this, but the peace I have here, the peace of manifesting, I'm manifesting things I never thought I could do, and not within 10 years time or 15 time. Manifestation works. Whatever you set in your mind will come to you. But now it comes in a rapid element, and I'm just like, how on earth I am so aligned with my soul, because I'm in my soul home. I'm where my soul feels aligned. I am in a union with my divine feminine and divine masculine. My yin and yang are balanced. And when your yin and yang are balanced, you just are so clear. You know what to ask from the universe. You know how to communicate with the universe. You know how to communicate with your twin flame without having this weird feeling like I'm feeling alone or fear, or I don't know if my twin flame ever comes back. So the third one exactly leads up to this thing, that our twin flames are coming back to us when there is no longer fear of losing. When you are afraid of losing your twin flame, then you are not in a union. Because think about it. Everything that you're manifesting also the negative things. If you are afraid that your twin flame is not coming back, if you are afraid that your twin flame is not loving you, if you are afraid that this will never work out, if you are afraid of love, if you're afraid of commitment, if you're afraid of losing, actually losing someone is such a big thing, it will never happen that quickly. Because you have to address, what am I afraid of? Why I'm afraid of losing while I have it? You know, I come from this, and that's why I really understand. When something we are in a really good period of life, like we have good amount of money, career is going well, everything is good, and then so all of a sudden it kicks in with something is about to happen, because it cannot be a reality. Something is about to happen, and then it will happen because you are manifesting it simply. When you eliminate from inside of you the fear, and also here is an exercise for everybody. Today, go into your body and unleash the fears you have taken inside of your body, because no one else has taken it inside of your body except yourself. So become accountable for the fact that if you have taken hurt, pain, or fear inside of your body, you are the one who is letting it go. Yes, with guidance. So here is a very important tip for you. Sit down, place a hand on your heart or wherever you feel the fear, and say, I'm sorry, my body. I'm so sorry that I have taken this fear inside of me. I'm so sorry I have been holding this inside of me for years and years and years. I let you go now. You are free. You're free to go. You are not stuck in here. And do this exercise as many times as you need, but this will liberate your body, your soul, your mind. It might sound a little crazy, but if you would like to become your higher self, union with your twin flame, serve your fullest purpose, these are the steps to go for. Another weird thing is that you will start sensing your twin flame around you. So right before you're going to you're going to meet or see your twin flame or come to the union. But in fact, I like to say that union is not only physical. Union is also 5D, which is energetical, which you feel inside of you, where you understand that divine feminine and divine masculine are together. You're not separated. You are together. When this happens, you can also see, there are two ways. Your twin flame, actually 3 ways, if I'm totally honest. There are 3 ways. One way is that you might start seeing your similar people who are your twin flames, that you have this feeling like, oh, my twin is here. Second is that they will come to a dream to tell you something that you have to do. Your twin flame comes and says to you certain things. The third thing is that you will feel them around, you will feel them around you. And this is a weird way that you don't see them, but it can come through a third person, that somebody comes up to you and says to you, oh, I love you so much, you look so pretty today. And it's a completely random person. Or a random person would tell you, you know what is interesting, that I saw you have this, it looks very good on you, or something like this. Simple examples. But that moment you know that only your twin flame would know that this matters to you. So of course, another thing, and again, I'm going to tell you, the union will not happen before you master the language of universe and through spiritual awakening. So as you know, the 1111, 222, other animals, everybody comes to talk to you. They're trying to explain you certain things, and you have to be able to decode that language. Universe speaks to us all the time through numbers, animals, spirit animals, and dreams. We get all the time information. But when we ignore the information and when we don't understand the information, we simply are not awakened yet. And I tell you something, when you master of understanding your intuition, the language of universe, your life will completely change, because you will understand that this is not the reality you've been living. You have completely different reality. And now we come to the next point from here, how you know that. When you master of understanding the language, you can connect your twin flame during the meditation or telepathic communication, where you can ask a question. You can simply ask, my twin flame, could you please tell me if we're going to meet, let's say, if we're going to meet in September, give me a sign through yellow butterfly. And if you have mastered this language, you will get the answer, and that means you're closer to union. And from there on, you no longer question. So that comes to the next thing, that you stop questioning. When we question, am I going to be with my twin flame? Is my twin flame ever coming back? How my twin flame is coming back? Are we going to meet this year or next year or in 5 years? it will extend more and more. And why? Because you simply don't trust the universe. You're trying to control still the outcome. But the universe wants you to first trust that I'm working in your favor. I'm doing everything for you, but I need you to do what I've been telling you to do. So when you start doing what they're asking you to do, you will come into the union. So that's why so you will also, another thing is, like I said already, that when you ask the signs and stuff, you will see these certain symbols. And you will keep them seeing all the time before your union. It's kind of like your twin flame or the universe is communicating. It's going to happen. It's going to happen anytime soon. So the universe is also kind of testing your trust. That way, for example, I'm bringing an example. You will see a white feather all the time everywhere. And the white feather is like constantly places you go. And that moment you, instead of worrying like, what does it mean? Why do I keep on seeing it? What it is? Why I'm seeing it? You will go like, okay, all right. I trust you. Thank you for the sign. I am here. I'm here for you. All good. All is great. So it's kind of like, but then the universe is like, I see, you're trusting me. You are aligned with me, which is wonderful. So I will give you the opportunity. And then next thing from there on, which is very important, and that's why my teaching and my way of coaching and my way of getting you to the next level is that you have to become your higher self, that you will start doing the things you have never done before in your life. So what we were speaking about in the beginning, that you will do things that are so out of your comfort zone that you are not comfortable doing at all, and you've been always holding yourself back doing it. But universe has already removed your job, destroyed your life, taken your friends, you're moved away, you're financially weak. It's not for everybody's case, but universe is kind of testing you. You don't belong there. Why you're doing this? This is not part of you. Or let's say, for example, you have a very good job, but you don't get along with your colleagues at all. Or you go for a trip somewhere and you meet somebody who's going to tell you the truth, what you have to do. And there you understand your essence, your true essence. Is it easy in the beginning? No, not at all, because you will have this big fight. I used to be this. Like, if you think about it, when you have been, let's say, 20 years you've been a teacher, and now you have to stop being a teacher and you have to become, for example, a farmer. You have to, let's say, grow organic food. It's hard to make that shift because you feel, my soul is asking me to grow the food and nourish the people with the best food available. But I have been a teacher that has paid my bills. I've done this. I am this kind of person. So it's a hard fight. But more you go towards your mission, more you go what you're supposed to do, the more you help. Another thing I have noticed that, and I believe that this is quite a big thing, the many of us as a twin flames, we have a spiritual, strong connection. We can feel, we can see, and we can understand energy, things that are happening, and how to help others. Many of us will choose the spiritual world to help others to awaken. We can think about it like I spoke about this before. Why is it so important for me that you will become your higher self? We had a group call, I think like 3 weeks ago, and there was a very interesting man on the call, and I want to say it to you, all the women out there who are interested of seeing from the men's perspective. Often in our group call, which is tomorrow, so actually today, it's releasing, the episode is out today, 30th of July 2023 at 6 o'clock Central European, 12 o'clock New York time. And men are there. And last time women were saying it's so nice to see men and see their perspective. And I have a lot of men on my coaching programs where we have calls together. And when we women think that men don't feel anything, our twin flames don't feel anything, they don't know. And I know that Kurt, who I've spoken a lot about it, would say that they don't feel anything based on my knowledge, based on my truth. And I'm not talking here, now we can get confused that men and women, divine masculine is the man and divine feminine is, no, it's not that. Divine masculine, divine feminine are energies. They're inside of both of us, whether we are physically men or a woman, it's a different story. But as many of us, I know that most of my listeners are women. So there are men out there who are twin flames with divine feminine energy because they tend to awaken before that. And hearing their perspective is also gives you an understanding that, okay, it's not only women out there who are heartbroken waiting their twin flame to come back, and also to hear their perspective. Again, I'm not saying that they are twin flame runners. It's a bit different story. But I asked my twin flame runner, and that's why when, for example, we've spoken about it, that why for me that not every truth, I'm not saying that your twin flame feels everything about you and wants to be with you in that moment. There are many circumstances, and sometimes they suppress it completely. They say it's not real, this doesn't exist, get over of me, I have a new partner, I'm happy, what is this twin flame, don't talk to me, you are a completely crazy person, you know. That can be true as well, because only you know the truth. That's why not every single, every single method is the reality. Like I was also in belief based on what I was watching on and listening, that my twin flame also didn't feel anything about me and didn't have these feelings. And when I had a time and place, I spoke to my twin flame and I asked, like actually he himself told me, I said, hey, how are you? What are the new things? Because we were just talking, because normally we have like a weird way of communicating. We just see certain things and then we send it to each other. And then all of a sudden we said, oh, hey, by the way, how are you? And I said, hey, how are you? And I know he came from the party and that morning because he's much younger than me. And it was like 6:30 and I wake up around normally at 5. And he said, nothing new, but when you ran away, it broke me. And I was like, what is he talking about? I never ran away. I was waiting for his messages. I was the one who sent him a message and he never replied to it. He never said anything for months. And now he's telling I ran away. And then I let him to talk about it. He said it completely destroyed me, that you are not here no longer. And I couldn't be in a communication with you. And I was like, well, what? I didn't run anywhere. I was willing to leave everything behind I had because it made me, the click was completely, this click was like, I couldn't control. I had everything, but I would have left everything. And I had another day a comment also under my YouTube video where somebody said we could leave, pretty much under the bridge, just come back to me. So I had the same feeling. I didn't need any money. I didn't need anything because now I also realize the power of this energy. So anyways, when I spoke to my twin flame everything of asking how did he felt during this time when we didn't communicate as much. And he said it was the hardest time for him ever. And he mentioned to me that it was hard because all of a sudden my reality wasn't the same no longer. And then, but I was already awakened. So for me it was like, I want to listen this. I want to see which stage he is in. Because for him it's hard. It's much harder. My guides already told me. It might take even years for him to come to this enlightenment. But I have to stay in a picture. So it's not, if you think about your twin flame, your twin flame doesn't think about you at all. It's not always the case. Now, but some of you who are listening might be asking, like, so why you didn't communicate with each other? Like, why? But that's what I'm saying. Universe made this happen. that we will grow on this time. Because if there wouldn't be the separation, I would have never gone through my dark night of the soul. I would never started this podcast. I would have never listened to my intuition and my guides. Right now, I'm getting the channeling. When I'm talking to you, it's not right. My logical mind is trying to convince you about something. It's what my guides, my spirit guides, my channeling is telling, that you have to say these things to the people. You have to help them to awaken. And why I started today's conversation about the fact that it's not right or wrong, or there's a cult who says, this is how we do it, spend that much money, do this and do that. No. My guides are telling to me, Twin Flame is all about becoming your higher self. And the moment you become your higher self, your Twin Flame is back to you. And then you realize how to help to balance their energy. And you'll be together. Now I just coming to this information of being together. What does it mean exactly? Like, I know that many of us, like, we all want to be with our twin flames. I have a bit of a different story. And so for me at this moment, I am in such a space that I know I am together. Like, I'm with my soul. You know, sometimes you can call me crazy. Sometimes I just sit and I talk to my soul. I do meditation, I'm talking, and we're having so much fun. Those who have listened to my podcast from the beginning know that I had this vision a long time where there's a girl in the corner, the head is down on the knees, and just looking up from there, like dirty hair and stuff like this, and looking up and says, why you don't see me? Why you don't talk to me? Please listen to me. And that was my soul. I was suppressing my soul with my ego. Now I have completely different. My soul is like a little butterfly. Like, we're having so much fun because I have days where I say, I want to do this, and I go and do it. It's not about, and when things don't go as planned, for example, of course, releasing that website I just built scared me so much, for the fact of, I was like, I don't know if it's going to work out, like if people can book properly, maybe nothing's going to, and it terrified me. But I had to do it because I was like, my guides were like, every single morning when I was working on it, they were like, can you now publish it? And I was still like, no, there's this problem and that problem, and I had millions of problems all the time. But that was, how do I say, it was not my comfort zone of doing it. So if there are any mistakes and things overlap and stuff like this, just forgive me. But otherwise, the Twin Flame Awakening Journey Twin Flame, you see, I cannot even talk. twinflameawakeningjourney.com is available, and you can see there's going to be blog posts, events where you can sign up for. You can do your booking over there. You can sign up for the newsletter. And I'm devoting all my time, because now the website is ready, to give you the information based on the full moon that is coming up in Aquarius. So my dear Aquarius, who are feeling the feelings very deeply, trying to help everybody, trying to feel for everybody, it's going to be quite intense for you. But just what I got from the guides right now was exactly that many of you are coming into the union, especially, like, you will hear from your twin flame who is in Leo. Like something who has a moon in Leo, who has a sunshine in Leo, something like this. So just for you, it's a bit of transformative time, because also in August we have 2 full moons. So it's a very, very powerful month. So watch out for those things. And I will write about it, and I will share about it on my blog and also on Patreon. What I wanted to say is that on Patreon, those who are supporting me, thank you. Thanks to you, thanks to the support you are giving to me, I was able to release the website, to pay for the website, to pay for the domain, to pay for the things, and that's what I'm going to use for whoever is supporting me on Patreon. I am trying to elevate with that money everything, such as taking certain courses to how do I say, elevate my experience, like my skills, my everything, to help you along the way. And you will have a lifetime discount for that, because you are my Patreon. You have helped me to get there. So thank you so much. Thank you, each one of you. And on Patreon, we have twice a month a group call, which I find it is excellent. I don't know how do you find, but join the group calls. You can watch the previous ones on Patreon at the moment. If you want to join, you can join the group call. It's now on Sunday, 30th of July 2023. Starts at 6 o'clock of Central European, 12 o'clock New York time. You can join on the call. You can talk about it. You can share your experience. You can ask questions. Later on, yes, the call is recorded, but your face and your name will be blurred out, that others will not see it, who will listen it to. And so it's completely anonymous for you to come and share. But if you can and come share your experience, especially the ones who have now come to the union, come and join us and enlighten us and tell to my audience that, yes, the union is possible if you follow these steps, if you become your true self, if you become your higher self, if you let go of the fear. The fear is, until you have a fear inside of you, the union will simply not happen. If you let go of the fear, the magic will start to happen. If fear controls your actions, take your time. And that's why here you can book the call with me to realize, do you have any fears that are holding you back? What type of fears are holding you back? Why you cannot grow from there? And so on. But now, right before we're going to end, let's talk about from your other side. Like, can you be in a union if your other side of the twin flame is not the awakened one, who is not in alignment? So here is two things. First of all, it will take time for them to awaken. But they will awaken, because one part of the soul is awake. Will they awaken all in this lifetime? Difficult to say, because we don't have a time and space. Soul continues to live. Soul continues to experience. We are in a physical form right now, but remember, if you manage to make this shift in your head, that soul is not your body, soul is not your physical being, soul is not who we see, then it's easier for you to understand that time also doesn't exist, space also doesn't exist. You are the energy. You can be everywhere and you can do anything in this world, absolutely. So when we talk about your twin flame runner, what if it doesn't wake up, or she or he? I'm using he just for the fact that I know I have more female listeners. So I'm sorry for the men, but you get my point. It's because your twin flame, when your twin flame starts to awaken and you are fully awakened, you are understanding I am the union, you're also a guide for your twin flame. You're also guiding them with your energy. Sometimes you have to help them, to heal them, to do certain things, but you are also for them. So it's not, that's why it's very, how do I say, in that moment you start forcing that I love you so much, I want to be with you, why you treat me this way, why we're not together, when it's going to happen. It will be so much different. You will feel like, okay, I see. My other part, my beautiful other part is over there right now. It's waking up, takes time. Next big thing is, stop. You cannot simply erase for them to go through the dark night of the soul, ego death, and some experiences. They have to go through the same pattern as you did. Because if we have an ego play inside, we are not able to understand the soul pure connection. So it will take time. It doesn't happen overnight. But when you trust, when you come closer to all of this, what I was just sharing about, it will happen much faster. And the number one thing to start from is the fear. If fear is inside of you, and especially fear of losing someone, it will be delayed. Okay, I hope you got some insights and you had an overview of how to get what will happen before your union or meeting your twin flame again and come to this union. I will just go through through some information. As you know, every Sunday, every Wednesday, there is a new episode. On Wednesday, we discussed your story. So you can always share your story with me. twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. There is the structure in the description, how to share your story, what to say, how to say. So just send me your story. I will read it, we will discuss it, I will channel it. Then now we have a website. www.twinflameawakeningjourney.com is live, and you can book your session over there. Sign up for the newsletter that you will receive the coupon codes and you will receive the discounts. If you are my Patreon, you have an extra 20% off always. And Patreon, we have 2 monthly free calls, in that terms that you pay for the Patreon, but then you can join the free calls, and the new blog posts and all the stories will be there as well. So these are the things I offer. I have another little thing. As for me, it's important that you will become your higher self, that I can help you to grow. It's been always in my life. I always said, when I see that my friends are growing, when my friends becoming successful, when they are, then it means also I am becoming successful. Like I am. This is the energy, you give and take. So that's why because I know that many of you don't have a financial situation that you could pay 100, 150 for your session. If you join my Patreon, once a month, I choose one person for a free call. So there's a once a month, one free call available, and you can have a consultation for 45 minutes with me, and that will help you to get onto the right track. So if you are my Patreon, now from here on end of August, 30th of August, I will send you who I'm choosing, that you will get the free access to that call. I was just wondering how I can make affordable for those who are financially struggling and obviously cannot afford it. I've always said, if you listen to me, if you follow the steps and you become your higher self and you're willing to let yourself behind, the magic will start to happen. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, and it wasn't too serious, and I can't hear myself still properly from my left ear. So I hope that my sound is still the same. Anyways, it was a pleasure for me to share this little episode with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for listening. And if you did like it, always your like, subscribe, your little comment means so much to me, because it's so nice to hear this comments and feel like, wow, I'm connecting with my community. So thank you so much. Lots of love and light, and until the next time.